growing up, I always knew I wanted to adopt. That was just something very dear to my heart. I had cousins that were adopted, an uncle who was adopted. And so it was very dear to my heart. And so when we were getting married, I made sure that Carrie understood that that was something I wanted to do. But then, of course, as our marriage progressed, we unfortunately started to experience infertility problems. My brother-in-law happened to, his sister was adopted through Christian Homes, and she happened to be telling some others about it, and we, of course, ended up hearing about Christian Homes, and we were like, you know what? This is our time. Let's call them. As we met birth mother caseworkers like Becca and Melanie, it was just like, these are people who care, about all of us. They want to see the best for a child, and find that right home.
There was never any question about our want or desire to adopt. It was always the question of when, and we were tired of waiting.
And who we were going to use to adopt. It was the focus on every element, that it wasn't just about finding us a baby. It was also about, helping these birth mothers, that it was approached as a mission, that this truly was a godly work.
We went to orientation in February, and by May, we had turned in our paperwork, and by June, we had a home study. And by July, we had been approved, and coincidentally, we had been selected, and we were excited, and we got about halfway through to meet the baby, and the mom decided to place. And
parent. She decided to
parent, sorry.
Yeah.
And then we were picked again the following month, and the same result happened, and we were picked again the following month, and the same result happened. We are an anomaly. We know that not everybody's going to have 3 failed placements, and it's just but it is part of the journey.
Well, and in each one of those failures, Christian Homes, the ladies that were working with us, they took it as an opportunity to work harder.
You have people here who are vested, like we said, in us, in the children that are placed in their care, and as well as the birth mothers and birth parents who go through this.
It became, not about, was this child going to be ours, but that we were going to get a child. This was going to happen. At some moment, they were going to call and going to say, okay, we've got a child for you, and then that child was going to come home.
When they called and they let us know that she was actually here, we're like, oh, there's a baby.
The baby is here.
And
the birth mother has already signed forms. I think the biggest shock to me was not so much when they called, but was when that evening we're on the phone and they're going, okay, well, if you want to come down tomorrow, you can have her tomorrow, basically.
As prepared as we were, because, we had prepared somewhat, I had clothes and things like that, but
we were loading bags pretty fast.
Something was so unreal about the whole, as I tell people in this process, reality is very different. I'm a planner, and you can prepare for it all you want. You can even work through emotionally how you think you're going to feel, but reality is very different.
Yeah, there was this excitement that you didn't want to just let out. You want to almost scream to the world, but then, you're also kind of holding back going, okay, is this going to really happen? Every struggle has been worth it in the end, and I mean, we're not even at the end yet. So, but I would scream to high heaven, adoption, if your heart is set for adoption, if you truly believe that you can bring a child that didn't come from you to your home, do it.
It isn't an easy road, but it is a blessed road. And, if it's something your heart desires, then there's no reason that you shouldn't do it. Nothing's too scary about it to not go through with it. Because if you can handle all the other stuff, this is easy.
I would tell people to come here because of the support system, because of the honesty, because of how forthright everything has been, in all the heartaches. They've been there every step of the way, rooting us on, answering questions.
Explaining things.
In fact, we knew one of the board members, now former board members, and she was telling us about how the board would receive messages, and that they would just be in constant prayer for couples like ourselves that are in failed matches, or that, when a match is happening, that, that they're in constant prayer, and just about how the staff, is very aware. We laughed and said, we may not have met all the staff, but all the staff knows us. So, I mean, that's just such a huge encouragement.
I don't think you can find a place that's, like we said, that's more into each person involved. They do take it as a personal, an interest. It's not just here, we're here to, do a business or run a business. We're here to help people make whatever decision they're going to make. And, if they choose to, use Christian Homes, then they're there to support, on all the sides. And I just don't think you can get that anywhere else, and especially not with the prayer and the encouragement. You can't buy that, really.